Hello, everybody. Jess Lohse with another weekly update from the Structural Building Components Association, SBCA. I hope it's been a great week for you, as honestly, it's a great week to have a great week. And I think we're going to line up a lot of those going forward as we get into fourth quarter, into the end of the year. But one of the things I've been thinking about has been innovation. And obviously, it's one of our pillars for our strategic plan. And as a trade association, you always want to try to connect people, encourage people. I just sat in on a demo of an AI takeoff tool this morning, which was interesting. And, there's a lot of different things out there, but, it's one of those to where we also survey our members. And I was talking about this yesterday with Molly from our team about what do our members want? What do component manufacturers want in innovation? And it kind of reminds you of that Henry Ford quote that if I would have asked the people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. I'm kind of wondering if people just want faster finish presses, but obviously it's incremental. Everything in construction is incremental. I've said that for a while. I believe a lot of people have said that. They realize it, they know it. So that's what we're looking at. And those are the things we're trying to target in on. But that is one of the things that we've been working on, is just how do we discover those items? And then how do we connect the right people in what ways? And not everything's going to be successful, but it is one of those things that we're trying to bring those folks into the component industry. And it is one of those things where you kind of got to do a little bit of education, let them know what component manufacturing is, what it is that we use for equipment, software, our processes, our products. So that's one of the things we've been working on, we continue to work on. And I'm looking forward to that as probably, throughout our 5-year strategic plan. I don't think it's going to stop after that. I think it's one of those that we just got to settle in and get used to and continue to do it and make sure we stay active on it. But that's one of the things that's been on my mind. This week, I had the opportunity to go to the Building Systems Housing Summit. It was in DC, actually, at the NHB headquarters. Really cool to see that building and some of the things that they got going on there, and got to see a lot of great people. I mean, I would try to list them, but I'd forget some people. But, you get to start developing some friendships, and you get to kind of explore those relationships and just get to know people, which is great, because then it gives you a frame of reference of how you can continue to work together. But obviously, that event, the summit, was put on by the Building Systems Council, which I've been participating in now for a little bit. Need to do a little bit more there. But building systems within NHB, it's the concrete, log and timber, it's modular, panelized, including SIPs. Obviously, it includes components. Component manufacturers, we're probably at one end of the spectrum compared to some of the others there. But it is a good opportunity to understand how some of the surrounding industries are trying to solve housing problems, what their perspectives are. And obviously, we can always do more work at promoting components. Offsite construction, offsite solutions, that's one of the things that does continue to come up. I think we've got some, verbiage. I've heard industrialized construction. I don't know exactly what it is, but it kind of comes down to when you're about ready to sneeze and you want a solution to something to sneeze into. You don't care if it's called a Kleenex or a Puffs or a tissue or a hanky or whatever. You just want a solution to your problem. I think that's probably where we're at. The people that are looking for that is what we're trying to solve. But it is one of those things that you have to put it out there, let them know what it is that you have available. That was kind of the premise of the talk I gave, or the, kind of the presentation. And it was really, how do we use offsite? What is our continuum from, stick framing everything, going to components, and maybe even going beyond that someday with modular or modularized and some of the things. But that was one of the things that it's really easy to talk about ideas and like, oh gosh, we should be doing this, we should be doing that. You should be way over there at that end of the spectrum or the continuum. I wanted to talk about, okay, what are the little steps people can do to take action today? And obviously builders, whomever, they're in business, they've got a set process, they're doing some things. So to change that takes a lot of risk, and it takes a lot of trust and a lot of responsibility on all sides to do that. So that was one of the things I wanted to talk about, is how do we go from, if you're just using roof trusses, look at floor trusses, look at wall panels. If you're not ready for wall panels, look at the pre-cut packages, pre-cut headers, pre-drilling some things. There's all kinds of little steps that you can take. And if you take those little steps and you continue to do that and you move along that continuum, eventually you'll get to where you're in a really good spot, light years ahead, which will feel like it, maybe just a few years ahead of where you were at. But that's how you make progress in this industry that is construction. We're not going to get everybody to go everything at any one time. So that's really what I focused on, tried to have that. With that, thinking about the verbiage and promoting components, promoting offsite, and just a systems way of doing things, and, the process. And I talk about that because one of the people that was really instrumental in the Building Systems Council and just has been widely known in the last several years. Sounds like he passed away this morning. Jerry McCaughey, it might have been yesterday, but the news kind of broke, which is unfortunate. I had the opportunity to meet Jerry a couple times, really studied him and how he crafted his message. And obviously he would hit people over the head with the hammer talking about what it is that he does. But, it's unfortunate. I mean, I know Integra people, watched go up and go down and everything, but he did a lot of great things for this industry. I think we need to all continue that messaging and that verbiage and continue to talk about how important it is to have a better way to build things. And I think that's ultimately what we're in this industry for. We can drive the affordability and everything with housing, all of the challenges. So hopefully we can take a little page out of his book and all be a little bit more proactive in talking about what it is that we do on all the different platforms that we have. And I hope to do that as well as part of SBCA. So with that, I'm a little long. Appreciate everybody listening. Hope to, have another session next week. We'll talk about something a little bit different. But till then, have a great week, because it's a great week to have a great week. Peaks up, press on, and thanks for hanging in here till the end. And we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.